Well, Do Canines is bringing 7 assistance dogs in training to their temporary training home at the Federal Medical Center right here in Rochester. These dogs are trained to provide 5 types of assistance for people with hearing loss, mobility issues, seizures, diabetes, and autism. Each dog will share a cell with 2 inmates and get around-the-clock care. And to tell us more about this prison puppy program, as well as Do Canines, that is Executive Director Jeff Johnson here. And also, look what we have. This is Inca.
Inca.
Yeah,
Inca is 2.5, and she is going to soon be a facility dog at a hospital in Minneapolis.
Yeah, and specifically with children, is that right?
Children's Masonic in Minneapolis, part of the Fairview system. So she will be, most of our dogs are paired with one person to essentially help them for 8 or 10 years. She will help hundreds, probably thousands of kids over her working life. So we're excited for her.
Yeah. So, but she is not part of the Prison Puppies program in Rochester, correct?
No, so tomorrow they will be bringing out 7 5-month-old puppies, so quite a bit smaller than Inca.
Yeah.
And we haven't been back in the prison for almost 2.5 years, so we're really excited about that because it's such a benefit to our organization and our clients.
Yeah, and speaking of benefit, talk a little bit more about that. How does it benefit your program and also on the opposite end, the prison?
Yeah, it's an amazing win-win situation. So 2 inmates are chosen for each of those puppies, and they are chosen very carefully. It's a pretty competitive system to get into the program if you're an inmate. And that puppy then, for about a year, will live with those 2 inmates in one, frankly, tiny little cell with a big dog crate in it. And they will take care of that dog for a year. They will teach that dog basic obedience skills, as well as some of the skills that they'll need to be a service dog. We have an employee who comes in about once a week or once every other week to do group training with everyone. And so it's a huge benefit to us as an organization. Almost all of our dogs will spend some time in prison. But we hear from the prisoners and the prisons that it's a huge benefit for them too. I talk to most of these men, it's all men in this particular prison, and a lot of them say, this is the redemption I have in my life. I mean, some of them will die in that prison because they've done some bad things, and they say, don't take this away from us because it's giving me some meaning that I've maybe never had before.
Right.
It's really cool.
Kind of turns things around for them.
It does, and we also hear from some of them that, I've never had any living being that's loved me before this dog.
Yeah.
And so, they have the dog and train him for a year, and then they have to give him back, which is really hard, but they're always anxious to start over again because they know that they've changed someone's life, fundamentally.
So with Inca here right now, how long was her program?
So she's about 2.5, so she has been in our program for 2.5 years. She was bred in our system. We breed most of our own dogs. She spent a little under a year in prison in one of our Wisconsin prison programs as a younger puppy, and then spent another year plus in volunteer homes. And now shortly she will go into what we call final training at our facility. We've got a facility in New Hope, Minnesota, and our professional trainers then will decide, well, they've decided with her, but at that point they decide what sort of service dog each dog is going to be and do then the particular specific training for each client.
And so that's probably about the same time frame and plan as the puppies as well as in the prison here in Rochester?
Yeah, it's about 2.5 years, and we rely on the prison system, but we also rely so heavily on volunteers outside the prison because the inmates can teach them specific skills, but they don't get socialized at all. And it's really important that these dogs are able to serve their person without being distracted by other people or by a squirrel or by a cat.
Right.
That they can go through Target or the grocery store, go to church or synagogue and act like this, which she still has a little ways to go, but she's
doing
close.
great.
Yeah, she is doing great. She's a good girl.
All right. Well, Jeff and Inca, thank you so much for coming in today. We really appreciate it. And good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Well, just so you know, happening next month, Do Canines is having a big fundraising event too. It's happening on Saturday, September 24th from 10 in the morning until 2. It's called the Do Woofaroo, which is a 1-mile walk and festival with money going back to the program. And of course, if you have a dog that's well behaved at events, you are more than welcome to bring them. For more information, you can go to CanDoCanines.org.